Hi, it's Sue Greenwald here with Awakened Stories. I'm here today with Deanna Carr with the Mystical Moonlight. Hey, Deanna, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I thought we would do a little bit of Q&A follow-up because it's been so long since we talked. Now, we used to do like, probably videos every week or so, and I
Mhm.
just thought it would be helpful to have some of that cleaned up so we could go forward with some new topics.
Of course.
All right. So here's some questions that the viewers have asked us, or I've thought of after we turned off the camera. The first topic is underwater cities. Okay. So this was a question sent by a viewer. How do these cities control their population given that they have finite space?
They don't have finite space.
Ooh.
Who said they have restricted space?
Well, I guess the way
Yeah,
we
they can
think,
grow.
say it again.
The way they grow is different. Food wise, they grow different. Population wise, now they also don't, most families aren't going to be like they've had six kids. Usually they have one or two. And that's by choice. Nobody's really having mass amount of kids. They live longer too. And then they grow their food completely different, and then there's space. Now, for us, we think, okay, we keep spreading out, right? We keep taking up more space. We keep cutting down trees. We keep taking lands. We take it from the animals. They work with the animals. Now, their space is going to be a little bit different than what we're thinking, but they're not taking away from any other creatures. They go with how the nature is and they work with it versus taking away. So they are not limited. They can also build up differently than us. You have to think, we build up, we have to have support from underneath. When you go swimming, you can float, right? So
Right.
structures don't really need the same structural support we have here on upper level,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Interesting. So are there cities like I'm gonna say, are there cities under like a dome? Like are they dry on the inside and then you only get wet if you go out into the sea? Is that the way it works?
Some of them are like that. But for the most part, they're more like when you go to the building, what's a good example? It's more like, okay, so imagine a circle and that is the building, right? And you're going to it. Probably a foot before you get into the circle, you're going to get dried off and get your air and stuff.
Oh,
So it's not a huge dome around it. It's more of mini domes, and then you go place to place.
ooh. Wow,
So they're
interesting.
they're more controlled air pockets.
Right.
Um, Now there are some domes that's kind of what we think like a big arch of air. Um, what I would say is it's not always like that. It's more that arch is more of that hidden area dome. So people can't see inside. So kind of like the camouflage. And then once you get closer to the actual place that you're going to be, walking into or staying in, it's going to have more of those air pockets for
Okay.
people to breathe.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, thank you. Well, that
Mhm.
it's such an interesting topic. Now, the people that live in these underwater cities, we're talking about just the human ones, right? Like humans versus ET types of cities. Is that correct? Like not
Yeah.
bases or whatever.
Yeah, ETs are a little bit different with how they set up their support.
Yeah, I figured we should talk about that separately. So, yay, thank you. All right, now we
Mhm.
had talked about Disney a while ago. So, I'm just going to burn through the questions that people have asked. So, in Disneyland Paris, are there underground tunnels too? And do children go missing there also?
Yes.
Well, that was a given because we did talk about the catacombs under Paris, right? So, there's a lot of
Yeah.
we'll call it nefarious stuff going on there, right?
Yeah, it's just I always find it so funny that they call it, the city of love, and it's
Yeah.
literally built on death.
Yeah.
Um, So yeah, they do have, I mean, there's already underground tunnels. There's already satanic work happening in these underground tunnels. It's no secret there.
Right.
Um, they do have it, most places Disney do have a lot of child trafficking happening. Um, and it's very unfortunate, but it's, people go there with their kids,
Yeah.
and not all of them are paying attention. So it's easy for them to kind of, work through it.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunate. I mean, because
Mhm.
people don't know they spend thousands of dollars taking their family here and then their kids are at risk, right? And
Yes.
we know that from recent videos that even the birds that walk around Disney, like what we think are natural, are actually mechanical, like the pigeons or whatever, and they're spying on people,
Hmm.
looking for kids that are, not being paid attention to or wandering off,
Yeah. Yeah, they
Horrible.
have, I mean, it's a whole system,
Yeah.
and most people that work there aren't able to say anything.
Yeah.
And they're kind of within a entrapment there to
Yeah.
themselves.
Yes. Yes. Okay, next question. Are there emotional energy harvesting mechanisms around and underneath Disney? So we know that when there's groups of people, like say looking at the Disney parade or whatever, or the fireworks, when there's groups of people with a lot of energy, that energy can be siphoned and used.
Yeah.
Are they doing that there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they are utilizing it because to them it's free energy. People are already there. Why not
Yeah.
borrow it?
Yeah.
Um, and you also notice like the energy there. It's funny because everybody thinks of it as the happiest place. Like that's what they promote it as. But once you're there, you're annoyed. You are stuck in line. Like they keep that negative energy and they like it. So, yes, you do have fun, but they are harnessing all that energy for what they need.
Right, right. Well, yeah, you think of it, it's a big place, it's hot, the kids are cranky and tired, everything's
Mhm.
expensive, everything's crowded, so you get cranky. And then you're there because you want your family to have this great experience. Anyways, the parents want the kids to have fun, but it's really expensive, it's tiring, all the negative things, and then we know that they're siphoning the energy off. Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. In the center of Disneyland, in the walkway where everyone takes their pictures, there's a bronze marker, and it's kind of like a star, or a sun with the rays going out. In fact, I see it in families' pictures that are there standing in front of the castle. And the
Mhm.
story of for that marker is it's a survey marker for the exact center of the original park and the center line that runs downstream. But there are stories about the cast members doing rituals around those markers. So is that true? Is that marker there for a reason?
I don't know if they're doing rituals around it. I mean, they could be unknowingly performing rituals.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to think they're putting on performances, and
yeah,
performances can be considered rituals.
yeah,
It's done daily, every day at the same time.
yeah. Okay.
Um, but for that one specifically, that is more of a center point of energy.
Mm,
That used to be the center of the park for a reason, so everything evolves around that center point of energy. And now it's a more of a way that they can use that energy still, because you're still putting energy in. Okay, here it is. They're working around it, they're dancing around it, they're performing around it, so it's still gaining energy, it's still pushing energy through and up.
right, right. And
Mhm.
if you notice, like I have noticed it recently in families' pictures, it's like
Mhm.
kind of a, I guess, bronze or whatever metal thing. You'll see it.
Yeah,
But if you just look at random strangers' photos in front of the castle, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. So it's
yeah,
there. And people are there almost on it, taking their photos all the time. So,
yeah.
yikes. So, okay. All right. The Disney cruises. Are the drinks and other consumables drugged on the Disney cruises to knock out or interfere with the memories of families and children? Because we know that a lot of children go missing on these cruises that, the general public doesn't actually know about. Are they
Yeah.
being drugged?
Yeah, there are some drugs in there. I wouldn't say it knocks them out. It makes them more incoherent, so they don't really understand what's happening. So they're still going through experiences, but they're not really recognizing every point in time. So if you ask them what happened, it to them it's kind of like I'm not sure. We went here, and then it kind of blurred together.
Right. So, and this is me saying this, basically, if a family was, let's say, being targeted on a Disney cruise, that family could be, we'll call it drugged, and then they're foggy about the details about how their children went missing or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that how it's used?
Mhm.
Right. And we know throughout the past years, the Disney staff has been, caught many times, you know, corporate executives or whatever with child trafficking and all of that. And then recently on a Disney cruise, they caught, I forget the number, 27, 37 cruise staff members involved in child trafficking. But we know there's a lot of trafficking in the cruise ship industry, right?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
Disney is no different. So, all right. Anything else we should ask about that I haven't asked? Yeah.
I think we answered it. I guess obviously if you guys have more questions, put it below.
It makes it kind of unsavory to think about because, again, people save up. It's thousands of dollars to take your family here and then when you're actually putting them in harm's way, it's very disturbing, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because you think that you're doing this amazing thing for them.
yeah. Yeah.
Um, and yeah, it
Yeah.
does. It's one of those things where
Yeah. Yep.
there's only a few ways it can stop.
Okay.
Obviously,
Let's
yeah.
go back. We're going to talk about Mark Twain now. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Mark Twain, we had talked about a few months ago, and we discovered, unfortunately, to my dismay, he did not write all the books that he was supposed to write. And in fact, he was a super bad guy. He was a
Yeah, a
murderer.
lot of people don't like that one. Even at the expo, people were like,
Yeah,
that one bothered me, and I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. Well, it bothered me too because I've read the books and I actually liked them. And of
Yeah.
course, his quotes and things, but he basically plagiarized a lot of that stuff. He stole from other people. He murdered. Uh, he was a pedophile, cannibal, satanic person. I didn't we say he killed his own daughter? I think I don't actually remember, but a lot of bad stuff that he did,
Yeah.
right, to get ahead. All right, that was the only way he could get ahead in his mind. Okay, so somebody had asked us if he was fascinated and obsessed with Joan of Arc.
I'm getting no.
Okay, don't know where that came from or that idea, but just asking.
Yeah. No, I'm getting a no.
Okay, and was he friends with Tesla?
Yes.
Okay, so why was he friends with Tesla? Did he want to like steal the inventions? Did he want to be seen in the right circles? Like, what was the rationale there?
He wanted connections to the upper people.
Yeah, yeah, because Tesla knew all the wealthy inventors and the
Mm-hmm.
society people in New York City
Yeah.
and all over the,
So
yeah,
he wanted the connections.
yeah. Okay, so he was friends, but he wasn't a true friend.
Yeah. Are we
Okay,
surprised?
no. Sad. I'm sad. I'm sad about that. I'm just saying it, but he is a bad guy. So, all right. Now, somebody had mentioned this to me. I might have already said it to you before on video, but there's a theory that Mark Twain had a secret book called Captain Stormfield's Visit to Heaven. So, A, did he write it? And B, like, how did he find out about heaven?
One, did he write it? No. All right. Two, how did he find out about heaven? Okay, well that doesn't make sense. He just he just knows.
So I was going to say, more importantly, whoever wrote that book would know about heaven, right? Because if he didn't
Yeah.
write it, then it doesn't matter, in a way.
It doesn't matter because he didn't write it, but they're saying he knows. So there's what they're showing is there's a way to get to heaven without dying. And he wanted the path because one, everybody wonders what it looks like. Two, you don't actually want to die to see it because you don't know which way you're going, right?
Yeah.
So to him, there is an opportunity there to take the information and utilize it, and figure out how to get there without dying. Um, is there a way to get to heaven without dying? Yes, there is.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Should we ask about that?
Are you trying to go?
No. Well, no. No. I think I want no. I mean, we're told that this is heaven on earth now, right?
No.
No? Different. It's different. So I
Well,
think
see, this is where it gets complex. What is heaven?
good question. Good
What
question.
is heaven? Is this heaven on earth? No, it's not. There's so much destruction. If this is heaven, it needs a facelift.
Yeah.
Um, there to everybody, heaven is different. And this is why they say there's a way to get there because we all have access to it. We do. And you want to know the craziest way you can get there?
Okay.
Meditating. You didn't think of that, did you?
Well, I did, but
No, you
I was
didn't. I'm just kidding.
I'm thinking of a higher vibration. So heaven is a higher vibration. And right now what we're seeing is a lot of cruelty and war and dark and negative things here on earth. And that's being cleaned up, right?
It is being cleaned up. The thing is, you can't access heaven from this path. We are getting closer to the dimension where you can access. Right now, the reason I say meditation is because it's the closest way you can get there without dying. When we become one realm, it's going to be easier because you are one realm. It's not, which level do I go to actually access heaven?
Yeah.
Um, and like I said, heaven is what does that look like to everybody? In our heads, at least in my head, it is in the sky, in the clouds, and that is where everything exists. But when we're on airplanes, do you see the angels? Do you see the gateway? No. And even for seers, you might see angels flying around, but you don't see their destination. So, what is heaven? And right now, we are in this midst of every realm smushing together. That's why we're seeing more, we're hearing more, we're feeling more. And when we get to this point, everything is going to be able to coexist. So going to heaven, it isn't going to be a task of trying to find it. It is already here. You're talking about this higher vibrational pattern. It is going to be here. So yes, at one point this may be heaven on this earth and this planet. Um, but until we get rid of all the destruction and chaos and negativity, it does not remain earth or it does not remain heaven. And it still remains on a different plane that most of us can't access unless we go into a meditative state. Unless you have understood how to manipulate your molecular structure and DNA patterns, so that way you can go in and out of realms, which I'm not sure too many of us know how to do.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Mhm.
And we also, in addition to Mark Twain, and the heaven question is a very interesting one. But in addition to Mark Twain, we also did a bunch on a couple videos on Shakespeare. And I'm very sad about the response, that you gave us.
Yeah,
But it is what it is, right? It's they had the choice to do what they did, right? So
yeah,
horrible.
yeah.
Okay.
It's all about choice, and Everybody gets upset about this. But at the end of the day, there's a reason they are famous for centuries.
Right.
There's
Right.
a purpose for it.
Yep.
I mean, yes, there are some people that have done good things and are still around and still, part of conversations. But the most part, in most conversations, the person has done something negative
Right.
to keep that
Right.
notoriety.
Right.
It's just the problem is we don't always see it because they have good PR people. They have, people looking on the outskirts trying to clean up any damage happening to representation.
Right. Right. Yeah, and it's
Mhm.
on them, but it's just sad because our what we've been programmed to believe is that these people are spectacular and worthy of remembering hundreds of years down the road when in fact they're the
Mhm.
opposite. They're bad
Yeah,
guys, you know. Just like what's
yeah,
happening today. They'll do whatever it takes to get ahead despite who they hurt, right?
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
They want what they want, and it doesn't matter
Yeah.
how they get it.
Yeah. Okay. Next topic is Gandhi. We did a couple videos about Gandhi and had a viewer question. Was the real Gandhi killed and switched with another?
No,
Okay. Did he have a deal with the British from when he was in London? Like, was there any deals or did he get to where he was organically?
there was a deal in London.
A deal. No. Okay. Tell us about the deal.
Right. So what I'm getting is they approached him. It looks like it was more on the sly side. Like like what I'm getting is they were in like a public area and kind of like they walked up to him and approached him. Um, at first it was more of a no type thing, like he was against it. He put his walls up, his barriers, but it looks like there was a reason he was kind of drawn into it. Um, and it looks like he had the greed and more of those negative emotions pulling towards it, so he did negotiate with them.
Right. Okay.
So it
So,
wasn't that he went out seeking them. They approached him, but he did
yeah.
end up taking it.
Yeah. So he basically felt he would get ahead personally. He could maybe help others, but you know what I mean? Maybe he
Yeah.
could, but it was like a greed thing, like you said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from the story, he went to South Africa and was working with to help free the Indians from oppression there. Then he went
Mm.
back to India and he was helping free the Indians from oppression there and keeping them like
Yeah.
safe. They were doing peaceful protests, but you said that he was actually giving them weapons, which of course they're going to use, right, when they're
Yeah.
upset. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, oh, but I didn't know they had it.
Yeah. So he was kind of I would say playing the ends against the middle, doing whatever it took to get noticed,
Yeah.
get ahead, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else we need to know about the deals or that story?
I mean, you don't really need to know too much about the deals because, I mean, that's going into more complication of what he was supposed to do to get access to everything. All you really need to know is, they offered him not only the notoriety, the fame, but they also offered him money and house it and stuff that, most people, I mean, you want a nice place to live because that's your space. So it was the greed aspect of it that I just want to live and
Yeah.
not worry.
Yeah.
So there were things that, I mean, it wasn't horrible to like everybody wants that, but there is a point of is it putting people at risk or
Right.
is it,
Right.
just yourself that's putting at risk? And he
Yeah.
was putting others at risk.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to clean those videos from before up, if you will, so we can move forward with new topics. So there's a
Yes.
whole list of interesting and new topics, and it seems like that list is never ending. Do you know what I mean? Like there's so many questions people have. So,
Yeah, I have noticed a lot of people are having questions. People want the answers.
yeah,
And it is, there's so much that is coming up
yeah,
because I mean, if you think about it, how much history do you know? How many things do you know? And then you start to question everything. But
yeah,
like I tell you guys, you can always ask yourself these questions yourself and ask and dig in deep
yeah,
and ask your gut. Do your research,
yeah,
whatever you got to do.
yeah,
Um, you don't always have to wait for the videos. You can access this information. It may just take you a little bit longer.
yeah. Well, you know what? Here's how we work. So it's not like I do have a list, okay, of questions. Not no question. I'm a list person anyways, and I just have random thoughts and I write them down on there about certain topics, but I'll be walking around in my normal life and I'm like I get a hit like talk about this or we need to know more about this topic. And like
Yeah,
literally every time we uncover either corruption or the story is completely wrong from what we've been taught, right? Every
yeah,
single, or like there's only been, I think, either 2 to 3 people that have been good out of all the ones we've talked about. So the stories
yeah,
are never what we're taught. So
yeah.
okay, well, thank you so much, Deanna, for your time. We all really appreciate it, and I look forward to doing more videos with you.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.
Bye.